Hi YouTubers, it's me. I'm using a different camera. I found out the reason that I had that whole Japanese B-movie thing going on was I'm using a different tablet. I think I had reported before that my tablet broke, and so we got a replacement. But there are quite a few things that are different about the new one, even though it's the same make and model and whatever. One of them apparently is that the video camera software doesn't work very well. That is not a happy thing to me at all, because I've gone through so many different ways of doing this before I finally was happy with using the tablet, and now I can't. What I'm using right now is I forget what it's called. The name's on it somewhere. Jazz, maybe? Little Jazz camera, little handheld Jazz camera. I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm sure it will work fine. I'll know when I watch it. But it is hard to set up, hard to get myself centered. I have 30 seconds at the beginning here that I will have to cut out before I post this, because I was spending that time trying to get myself centered on the little screen, and I'm still kind of watching it. But anyway, I suppose it'll do for now. It'll do the job, I think. I'm just kind of disappointed in the tablet. You know, there are several things about this one that my other one didn't really have problems with. One of them was recording video. Another one is that this one, the glass seems to be thinner or something, because when I touch it, I can see the liquid moving underneath the glass, and that didn't happen in my last one. And there are a few little apps seem to run slower on this one. I've still got the same amount of the same size card in it, but I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, you know, it is what it is. So if I have to use this Jazz camera, then that's what I'll use, and I'll just, because I like doing this, and I'll continue to do it. Anyway, what I was going to talk about today, let's see. Dinner was really good. I always seem to default to food. For breakfast, I had one smoked sausage. I'm not a breakfast eater, and that was after I'd been up for a couple hours, because I just can't stomach food first thing in the morning. But I do put a lot of cream in my coffee, so I guess that gets me going. Decaf coffee, of course. Then later, a few hours later, a couple hours later, I scrambled up some eggs in butter with chopped up link sausage and a bunch of cheese, and I just cooked it in my little cast iron skillet. And I had that, and then a couple hours later I ate the rest. I ate 2 halves because I can't eat that much at once. For supper, I had half of the meat off of a turkey leg and half of a sweet potato, heavily buttered. I had planned to have our roasted cabbage and onion and bacon with the turkey, but I got a call from the nursing home where my mom lives this afternoon, and she's kind of sick, so I went there after work, and it was easier just to toss a sweet potato in the oven with the turkey legs as I roasted them, and I could go after work and spend time with my mom. I think when I was with my mom today, I got a glimpse of what may be down the road for her with Lewy body. She had a real hard time stringing words together, and her cognition just was the worst I'd ever seen it. She was shaking. It looked like Parkinsonism shaking, but I believe it was from weakness, because she doesn't want to eat today. She's dehydrated. They've been trying to get her to drink a lot of fluids, and that's one of the reasons I went. Well, because she's sick and I wanted to be there, but also because I wanted to take her favorite pop, or soda, depending on where you are in the country. She didn't even want that. I think she's just weak. She's dehydrated. She looks drawn, extremely pale. Even her lips are white. And the nurse said when I got there that she looked better than she had earlier in the day. They started her on, I guess her white blood count's really high, so they started her on injectable antibiotic on the assumption that it is a continuation of the UTI from a couple weeks ago, that her first antibiotic didn't kill, or a new one. So, of course, you can't rush a culture, so they started her on the antibiotics, and because her white blood count was really high. So we'll see where it goes from there, but the nurse did say that in the few hours since she had her first injection of the antibiotic that she was already starting to show some improvement, and so she must have looked a whole lot worse just a few hours earlier. When I saw her, she was almost shocking. I guess I'm just hoping she rebounds from this like she has her other UTIs, if that indeed is what it is. Whatever the infection is, I just hope she rebounds as she has in the past, because I know that victims of LBD, of an illness, can set them, can accelerate their decline, and I don't want to see that happen with her. Until she reaches a point where her quality of life is so poor that she doesn't want to live anymore, or then I don't want to see her get sicker faster, is all. I want her around and still able to enjoy life, even though it's on, in her reality, most of the time I still want her to be able to enjoy herself, which she has been before she got sick. So we'll see what happens with that. I'll go back again tomorrow. In fact, I'll go back every day probably until she's better. I want to take her and get her hair done on Saturday. We go up to Roscommon to the gal that's done her hair for 20 some years. It's worth the drive because that's where she likes to have it done. And she knows how to do my mom's hair. She knows every hair on her head, and she knows exactly how she likes it. So my mom doesn't have to offer any input of any kind. Mary knows what to do. So hopefully she'll be up for that on Saturday, and maybe even going to lunch, but we'll see. We'll take it a day at a time. I'll make the appointment, and if my mom can't use it, then I will. I need it anyway because my hair is now at a point where it's getting too long to stand up and spike up, but yet it's too short to lay down. So I just am real shaggy right now. So either way, I need my hair done too. I need my cut too, and Mary does a great job. Most of the time when I get my hair cut, I tell them I want it really, really short, and they're always afraid. They're always afraid they're going to be too short, and I've never yet gotten someone to do it short enough until I went to Mary, and she did it real nicely, 1/2 inch all over my head. It was great. I could feel the wind, I could feel the air, and when it was hot I could cool myself off, and with just some hair on top. But anyway, so either way I'd like to get, I'm crooked. No, this way. Either way I want to get my hair cut Saturday too. I guess it's about all that's new. I was going to talk about some other things, but I don't think I'm up for it. I'm kind of tired tonight. I plan to go to bed when my husband gets up. Usually he gets up and we spend an hour and a half together before he goes to work at midnight, but tonight I'm just pretty wiped out, so I think when he gets up I'll go to bed, and he's off for the next 3 nights, so we'll have time together. I'm looking forward. Sunday night here in town is the group For One. It's a Southern Gospel quartet that is one of the best I've seen. I would put them up against many of the top quartets. Maybe not all of them, because they're just a new group. I mean, they've been together not that long. But I would certainly say that they are very professional, very well done. I would buy any of their CDs that they put out, and actually the owner and lead of the quartet used to be my husband's supervisor where he worked, and my husband actually said that this is a different person that's on stage. He's now doing what he was made to do, and he's just a different person. He glows, he shines, he's just perfect up there. He's got a wonderful stage presence and personality, and of course none of that came through at work and his old job. So it's just really exciting for my husband to be able to see him doing what God wants him to do and where God has placed him, and he's just really excelling at that. One of the other members, the bass, is my sister and her husband were in the ministry for many years, and so the bass singer is the husband of a friend of my sister's, who my sister has known for years and years and years. And when they were in the ministry, actually, my sister considered this wife one of her very best friends, and so I've never heard anything but good about her and her husband. And so now it was great when we went to their concert in Reed City recently, Traverse City recently, that I finally got to meet Will and Char, and they were just delightful, wonderful people. So I'm hoping that my sister can go to their concert with us on here in town on Sunday night. Anyway, it just is really exciting to see them and to see them grow as a group, and to, see both Jim and Will really doing something that is obvious they have a passion for and they love and they really, really excel at, as well as, all four of them do. So they're a great group, 4-1, the digit 4 and then O-N-E, and you'll hear a lot about them in the future. There's no doubt, if you're, follow Southern Gospel music at all. All right, so that's it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. And I'll have to figure out a better way to do this whole camera thing so I don't have to keep adjusting and looking away and everything. But if this jazz thing works, then I guess that's how I'll do it, because I do plan to continue. But thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Have a blessed evening. And be a blessing to someone, and you'll be blessed in return. Okay, good night.